Hello and welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go through some very useful tips when it comes to using your brand new iPad. So here what I have is the brand new M3 iPad Air of 2025, and in today's video I will show you a couple of things that I think you should know when coming over to the iPad, whether you are a brand new iPad user or you're just upgrading to the latest. So the first thing that we can do first of all is head over to our settings. And then once we head over to settings, what you will then be able to do is scroll down, go over to accessibility, and here is where you will now be able to click on display and text size. Now, if you're struggling with small text, you can go to larger text, and then you will then be able to toggle on larger accessibility sizes. And here is where you will then be able to change the text size to suit whatever text size that you need. Another thing that you will want to do is if you are a user of the Apple Pencil, if we go down and select Apple Pencil from settings, you now want to go and toggle on the option for only draw with Apple Pencil. What this will allow you to do is it will allow you to draw with the Apple Pencil, but if you are wanting to scroll, it will allow you to use your fingers to scroll through any of the menus on your iPad. The third thing that you can do is go down to multitasking and gestures, and then you want to make sure that you enable 4 and 5 finger gestures. What this will allow you to do is, for example, if you've got multiple apps open at the same time, let's just say that I open up YouTube, what you'll then be able to do is you'll be able to use the 4 fingers to scroll through any of the open apps that you do have. Now, this is very useful for when you are multitasking and you are doing certain things on your iPad. The other thing that you can do, and another thing to keep in mind, is if we go to the top right hand corner and scroll down and then click on the plus icon, what you'll then be able to do is you'll be able to select add a control. Now, what this will allow you to do is it will allow you to add shortcuts for many different things. For example, I have got here the record button because I like to record for my YouTube. I've also got mirroring to screen mirror my iPad to a larger display. I've got things like the brightness, the volume level, and things like that. Now you can add whatever you like and whatever suits you. The next thing is that when it comes to having an iPad, and especially having the larger display, is you will now be able to do multitasking very easily. So for example, if I'm doing some research or any sort of work, let's say this was for college or any schoolwork, and I'm doing research on Safari and I want to have multiple apps open at the same time so I can quickly copy and paste things from each app, what I will do is I will open the first app, I will then click the 3 dots at the top of the screen, and then I can now select split view. What this will allow me to do is it will allow me to choose a secondary app that I do want to have open. So for example, GoodNotes, which is a note-taking app on iPad. You can then resize these to whatever you like. And then once you do that, you'll be able to start and you'll be able to do some research and also take your notes at the exact same time. So these are a few things and a few tips and tricks if you are a brand new user of an iPad. The iPad is a very powerful tool, and these are the things that I would want to know when using my iPad to begin with. So it's just that simple, guys. If this video did help you out, please leave a like on today's video, and I will see you in the next one.